Well, at one point, you end up catching 17 years.
What happened was I caught cases inside prison. I caught a dope case, and I caught a stabbing case. I got a 2 to 4 for the dope case. I got a 2 to 4 for the stabbing case while I was locked up. It was one of them times where I couldn't get away with it. Because normally you try to be as sneaky as you possibly can. And back when I was in prison, right, they wasn't charging you for stabbings. They would put you in the hole and leave your ass, depending on how severe the stabbing was, they would leave your ass in the hole. Like, I spent 36 months in the hole.
Damn.
Or like,
3 years.
Yeah, 30, yeah.
What did that do to your head?
When you actually living in the moment, man, it's a switch that you flip. You know what you're faced with. You know what you have to do. So you kind of like, you steel yourself. You prepare yourself for what has to take place. You know what it is. And so I have been getting locked up so much in the youth home and in the training schools as a juvenile, and when I got to prison, I'm already ready for this shit.
Yeah, but solitary is different. You're talking about the hole.
I was in that bitch off doing push-ups, bro. I was in my, no, pause. I was in my, you hear me? Jacking my, because back then you can get free, call them freak books. Back then you can order porn magazines and shit. I was in that using butter to jack my off, man. Because you couldn't get no lotion sometimes when you be in punitive segregation, so you use butter. That butter will get you there.
Okay.
You hear me? That butter will get you there. So, I mean, the whole thing is, I was in solitary confinement in the youth homes, in the training schools. I was placed in solitary confinement for assault motherfuckers there. So I already knew, I was already familiar with it. Prison is a different degree, but I was already psychologically prepared to just do my worst and be the worst person I could possibly be.
Well, homosexuality in prison is a thing.
It is.
Were people getting when you were locked up?
There are times where people were getting, but I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that the majority of homosexuality or homosexual acts comes from people getting pressed or getting physically assaulted. That's not true. I'm gonna tell you something that motherfuckers don't know. Most of the people who engage, we call it dipping in the sauce. When you dip in the sauce, that is code language for you with boys. It's with boys, it's dipping in the sauce. That's what we call that. You
dipping
fuck
in the
with a boy.
sauce sounds way too positive for this.
Yeah, we call it. You're fucking with a boy. You
Next
dipping in
time
the
I'm
sauce.
eating chicken McNuggets, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
dipping
like,
in
nah, I'm cool.
you dipping in the sauce.
I haven't played.
What we call it? We call you with a boy. See, sissy is a punk, is a boy.
I know.
You're a boy. You with a boy, or you dipping in that sauce. You know what I'm saying? You dipping. That's how we. It's a euphemism for being using sissy, right? So the majority of motherfuckers who engage in homosexuality, bro, those guys were, and based on just me knowing and being there, a lot of them guys were gay before they came to prison. Motherfuckers in the street just didn't know it. A lot of DL shit be happening. You know what I'm saying? So we always just say, man, we gotta, that motherfucker was gay before he got here. Motherfucker come to prison and be gay off bail. Nigga, you ain't get pressed out that booty. You want to get that, you want to suck a, you want to take a shove it in your motherfucking mouth. They coming in gay. If you think that listen, being gay in prison is frowned upon, bro. You not hanging with the who's who of the prison elite. You can't with us. Once we find out that you could be a solid motherfucker and you can be a killer. But once we find out the people who I dealt with, people who I did my bit with my brothers, once I find out that you with a punk, that is a notch. That is a personality. That's a character flaw of epic proportion. And we can't with you no more. We don't give a if you done killed, stabbed, locked and socked 40 motherfuckers. Once we discover you in there with some boys, you through. You can't be around us. Because there's a league of extraordinary gentlemen. There's a league of guys who pride themselves. If you gay, you gay. Being like, oh, you've been in prison, the longer you're in prison, the more likely you are to be gay. Nigga, if you gay, it's like saying if you're gay, you're gay. If you're not gay, you're not gay. If you're not gay, you're not gay. I don't give, I know motherfuckers who, I did 17 years. I never even thought about no punk or with no boy. I'm going to jack this, because I'm going to jack this when I get through, it's straight. I never thought about, I'm not gay. So that was never, I was trying to a female prison guard or a nurse, the female nurses. I was trying to get my money right. We get that money together. Woo, you know what I'm saying? A couple of grand, go over to the medical, get some head from the nurse or something. The female prison guard's going. That bag, right? They going. So I'm trying to hustle and do what I had to do, because listen, and then in Michigan, the further up north you go, the whiter it gets, right? Those white prison guards, they love black men, right? The more you got some money, you got,
In a gay way?
No, the female prison guards.
Oh, the female. Oh, okay.
Love black men.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounded crazy for a second.
female prison
okay.
guards.
Okay. That's
yeah,
a little more normal.
you got some money in prison, you can get some pussy.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
got
get
some
paid
money
for pussy from the prison guard, from the female
that's
prison
the one
guard.
time tricking is okay. That's the one thing. That's the one. That's the only thing. That's the one time where tricking
is okay.